So it's been a long while now, about 10 days or so since my last video update, and the reason for that is I continue to struggle with this loss on my buddy Robert's account, and it's this idea of trying to make back the losses faster than I should. Now, in my last video I said that I made some mistakes with that, and it's something that I continue to fall into this trap. So again, I'm always debating about not even doing these videos, at least until I recover the losses on that account. But I decided that I'm just, what the hell, might as well, whatever. So the count looks like this, and you can see that I have a gain followed by a big loss, lots of little gains, and then followed by another big loss. And that is me making, manual trades in the Expert Advisor, also my Expert Advisor trading. And then I have a big manual loss, a manual trade loss. It's not the Expert Advisor. So each of these big dips that you're seeing, so this one and this one, are both bad manual trades, and they have kind of haunted me. Now I'm trying to get back up to about this area here. This is where my high water mark is. I know that my account was up here at one point, but I'm trying to get to the high water mark from September 1st. And I've been struggling to get there. I've been getting really close, but just not quite. So I had a long conversation with Robert last night about some changes that are going to be done on the account to give us better chances and a better recovery to that high water mark from September. As you can see, the account still looks pretty good at 120,000, and we're still in profit. But the thing is that I'm in this little rut here. I'm trying to get out of it. So the plan is to be more choosy with my manual trades, for one, and less risk. I'm still picking some pretty high risk trades on Robert's account to try to recover and get that back up to that September. But you guys know that that is a big mistake, that you're never supposed to try to make back losses with more risk, because then you could potentially have more losses on top of that. It's an old saying, but even now I find myself falling into that trap. Now, why is it so easy for me to do that? I think that it's because I'm working with somebody else on this account. Honestly, that's the hardest thing. If I had it my way, I would, on this account, I would have the Expert Advisor, my Expert Advisor, make this slowly back over time. And it turns out that if I would have had the Expert Advisor do that, it would have been really close to the high water mark now, if I wasn't doing manual trades. And so I've learned a lot over this past couple of weeks working with this loss that I had on that account, the first loss I've had in 11 months. And you can see it here, was this one here for you guys just tuning in. And this loss is the one that's been haunting. So the new plan is to potentially do a more proven strategy for my manual trades, and instead of taking 1 to maybe 2 higher risk trades and shooting for a good amount of profit with those. The new manual strategy, or what I have previously done, is a bit of a scalping technique on the pound Canadian dollar, which I can discuss at a later time. It's smaller gains for sure, but it should help push this up. But it does take a lot of chart babysitting, which I'm not too thrilled about. So something that I'm considering on the account, but I'm not exactly sure if I want to do it yet. Alright, so this account I plan on not taking any more big trades. I'm so done with that, and I'm also talked to Robert about it last night, and he's okay with that as well. And it's just been unfortunate that I've picked some bad trades. My manual trades decisions have not been that great over the past 2 weeks. So let's get into the charts now, since I know that's what you guys are pretty much here for anyway. And you can see that when it comes to my manual my personal account. My personal account's actually been doing very well. I didn't experience quite as large of a loss as Robert did, and I was able to recover that. But it's because I have an account that has 400 to 1 leverage, so I have a lot more to work with. And ever since I did recover that loss, I've been just going straight back to my expert advisor, and it's just been slowly churning out profit over the last couple of weeks. And that's what I plan to do. If I take any manual trades, they're going to not be high risk anymore on my personal account, and they haven't been for the last 2 weeks, but they continue to be on Robert's account, and so now that's stopping as well. Unfortunately, I was not able to recover or get to the high water mark, but you know, there's a time and place where you gotta try something new, and what I've been doing has not been working with the manual trades, and so that's why I'm going back to another plan. But my personal account has been doing very well. As you can see, I've made 8% this month, $1,600. Actually, I think that's $800, $1,800 now, since I did make a trade today and was profitable. So things are going very well on my personal account, and I've even made quite a few withdrawals. Even just made one recently for this month for $2,078. So giving myself a little bit of a treat from my trading account. All right, so to the charts. Let's load up a couple of trades here. You can see I'm going to talk about the two that I just had today, and you can see that there was an inside candle right here, and that was really weak. It was a really weak inside candle, but I liked it because it was right at a hold number, so I got a hold number here at 0.9800 or 9800, and there was a secondary trade, so it went down 20 pips, entered on a grid, and eventually it shot up after some news with the Canadian dollar, and the news came out today with the interest rate, and that was obviously negative on the pound on the Canadian dollar, so it shot everything against the Canadian dollar shot up. So I came out with some pretty big, some decent profit very quickly today because of when that news came out. All right, so that's on the pound Canadian dollar, and I've had quite a few trades on the pound CAD. As you guys know, this is one of my main pairs that I trade. So I'm just going to load all these up. These are the trades I've had since the 20th, so just the last 5 days. You can see that there's been a lot of movement on the pound in general, on all pairs, especially on the pound Canadian dollar. And you can see that I've been taking sell trades. Now, I've been looking for opportunities for short positions because it's been pushing up. As you know, I'm a counter trend trader, and I have chosen some pretty good spots, at least my expert advisor has. So 3 manual trades here. They all closed out here for a profit, and entered on a second position. This one closed out here. So those worked out very, very well. And then I had a couple previous ones as well. Let's see if I can load those up. Alright, so there is the really big profit of 160 pips there on the pound CAD. Now there was, I think there were more trades involved. Alright. So ever since that, the last video that I did was on the 16th. So I'm not sure how many trades I talked about then. But you can see that I have been buying and I have been selling. But you can see that a lot of the trades that I've been taking have been very good. So number 1, exited here for profit. 2 trades, exited for profit. 3, huge push up on the pound, exited for a nice 160 pips profit there. So this one was a trade that was also on the euro pound, I believe. I had a couple of trades in on the euro pound, and the pound Canadian dollar actually got me out with a really big profit because of a massive news push that happened on that day. So this push that you see here happened so fast. So this candle happened so fast that I actually had a positive slippage on this trade. And my expert advisor wasn't able to close out in time when it was supposed to at 50 pips, and this shot up in a big way, and I came out with a massive profit, 700% extra profit than I typically do on my account, and that is one of these trades in here, I believe, that gave me that big profit. I think it was this one right here. So my expert advisor can capitalize on when the market moves. Now, if it went against me in the opposite direction, I do have filters in place to help stop the grid from continuing to enter trades when the market gets volatile. So things have been very smooth on my personal account, and I've been making a lot of withdrawals. So far, I've made my total profit is about $15,000 since I started back with this trading method earlier this year. So about 11 months ago was when I started, and now I have about $15,000 profit. I started with about I started with 5K, and actually no, I started with 10K, and my account shows 10,000 right now, but I've actually done $4,000 in withdrawals since I started, or over 4,000. So I'm looking at about $15,000 profit since I started trading in this manner back 11 months ago. All right, so am I going to manual trade on Robert's account? I'm not sure yet. That's something that I'm going to decide. I could potentially increase the risk with the expert advisor as well, temporarily. But I'm also very hesitant to do any manual or any manual trading or even increasing the risk of my expert advisor on Robert's account. I know that he wants it. He wants to make back those losses as quickly as possible, but it does cloud my judgment when I have somebody pressuring me to try to force trades, and obviously it hasn't been working out very well, and so I'm very hesitant to continue in that direction. As you can see, I have a lot more flexibility, and I have more control with my personal funds, and that has been very solid over the last month. All right, I'm also testing a new expert advisor, and I can go over that if it shows any potential. But it's an expert advisor that looks for entries around round numbers or whole numbers. So, for example, I don't know if I can find it. So an expert advisor that looks to trade where you see these green numbers or these green levels. So that's a whole number, or round number. You can call it either one. And it looks for natural support resistance around those areas to enter trades. And then I have a more flexible grid that I'm working with as well, instead of just every 20 pips. So that's what I'm working on right now, and that expert advisor should be done soon. But guys, this video series is about honesty and showing you guys what's actually happening in the market, and I show you my weaknesses and what I'm struggling with, and also the positives on that as well. Sometimes it's not hard because I don't want to show my weaknesses and things that I continue to keep having problems with, like trying to make back this loss, like a total noob, trying to get back to my high water mark and making high risk trades. That's just a very typically it's a very immature thing to do, and so I should have been against it. Now Robert has asked me to do higher risk trades on the account, and all I have to say is no, I don't want to do it. But you know, sometimes your ego can get in the way, and you think that, oh well, there's potential I could make this back with some good manual trades, but there's also potential to make more losses. And so it's important for me to really start changing some things on this account before I actually break this little support level that I have here on the account, which seems to be about 10% profit. And I don't want to, lose Robert as a buddy and as a trading friend as well. And so it's important for me to really change over a new leaf here. So you understand where I am now with this account. Still trading it. We had a long conversation. Think terms are good with Robert. And in regards to friendship, is still there. So just in case a lot of times people can be very upset when they have losses on the account, and it can make them angry. And luckily, Robert's not a type of person like that to get angry. But it was a good conversation, and new techniques that were talked about to help recover the account in a safer way. So I'll continue to give you guys updates on what's happening with everything, and but it may be a little less exciting because it's just going to be the expert advisor plugging away, making profits each day, and it will look something like my account where it's a standard increase in profit around 1% each day on my personal account and about 0.25% on Robert's account. But I hope you guys learn a little bit from this, that really keep an eye on your risk and be aware that of the struggles that I'm having, and hopefully you can learn something from them and not make those same mistakes. And I keep telling you, and I'm such a hypocrite because I keep giving advice and not following my own advice, and that's a little embarrassing. So I'm continuing to try to follow my own advice here, or at least listen to it, so I can continue to profit in a safe way on not just my own account, but on potentially others' accounts as well. That's pretty much all I wanted to talk about today. Hopefully you guys aren't bored with this update. But I want to continue to do this video series. I know I've been really weak with updates recently, but I need to get back on track before I really start posting more. And right now I feel like I'm still a little bit scatterbrained on the managed account, and so that's why I've been struggling to do updates. So hopefully I can continue to start moving past that, and then I can give more updates in the future. But hopefully I haven't lost a lot of you guys out there that have been watching my video series, because I haven't been giving that many updates. It's not that I'm stopping or getting tired of it. It's just it's really hard to show you guys the problems that I keep having, and it also becomes very redundant too. You don't want to watch somebody that keeps having the same issues over and over again, and falling into the same traps. So yeah, stick with me on this, and I'll be able to show you, hopefully the progress that I'm making. Again, my manual trading account is going well, and I'll continue to hopefully show you as much as I can with that, because my goal is about $50,000, and I've already withdrawn 4 out of the 24,000 that I've profited, or my total account size. And so look for more updates, and I'm going out of town, but hopefully you subscribe to my YouTube page so you can see what's the next thing I come out with. Alright, thanks for watching the update, guys. See you next time.